to get onto the bus, to hop on, a bus that might take them an hour to actually get to school. It's now 7 o'clock in the morning. You've read the news, you've had your fresh, nutritious breakfast, you have showered, you are looking so good in your freshly laundered clothes, you're feeling confident about your day. All across our city, students just like Michael and his classmates are walking into their school cafeterias to start their day with breakfast. This breakfast is offered oftentimes through the National School Breakfast and Lunch Program for some students at a free or reduced rate. This breakfast is oftentimes the very bare minimum requirements by the school in regards to calories, in regards to protein, in regards to carbohydrates, and oftentimes serves more of like a snack. If you can think of the image of how you feel after you eat a Lucky Charms or Trix cereal bar, that's what I'm talking about. The time is now 8:30 in the morning. You are looking good, ready for work. You're opening up the door to walk into your workplace, to start your day full of meetings, to start your day in front of your computer, doing whatever business it is that you do, unless you're a teacher or an administrator, I guess. But at the exact same time, students all across the country, all across our city here in Indianapolis, have their head downs in their first period class. They don't hear anything that the teacher is saying. They cannot focus because their schools have provided them a negative charge to their batteries. They have been provided something that's actually made them shut down. A bunch of sugar, no calories to start their day, no protein whatsoever. So they have been provided a negative opportunity to be able to uphold what we're trying to have them achieve. We have teachers and we have students, and this level of expectations is set so high, but we have not set the expectations for what they consume to be as high, and there's this disconnect. Let's jump forward about 3 hours or so. It's 11:45 and you've just completed your morning full of business. You've just completed all of your meetings, you've completed the emails, and you are shutting down your computers because you know you have a full hour to walk around downtown. I know I worked downtown once and I enjoyed walking around the circle. And you get to go choose what you have for lunch. You get to choose who you associate with. You get to relax. You get to decompress for a moment. But students just like Michael all across our city are sitting down for 20 to 25 minutes to consume the bare minimum requirements, once again, of calories, of protein, of carbohydrates, and they're once again refueling their hungry batteries with a snack. They're refueling their bodies with what many people see as the traditional grab your tray and go, and whatever that may be. They don't have access to the opportunities to have fresh vegetables, fresh fruits, because all of their food is sugar-laden, high carbohydrates that break down almost immediately, when they're going to be set back at this 3 o'clock slump feeling that I know we all have once in a while, that they've been having the entire day. The free and reduced lunch program, the National School Breakfast and Lunch Program, requires meals in lunch to be 1/3 of their daily values of carbohydrates and proteins and calories and that kind of thing. It also requires that no more than 30% of their calories come from fat. I'm here to tell you that only 20% of schools nationwide are actually complying with this, which means 80% of our schools are failing our students from the moment they walk into the door, halfway through their school day, and they're not being able to make that up before they go home. Let's look at the little bit of data from a private school just north of Indianapolis. This school had 97 members in the class of 2011, and these 97 members were offered $10 million in college scholarships. 100% of them went to college. I asked 67 of the, not the current graduates, but high schoolers at this school, a few questions. Basically what these questions were: do you feel energized by your lunch that you are provided at school? Do you eat your lunch at school? Do you feel that you are being provided a quality, nutritious meal? I also asked them, do they have options of what they eat? As you can see from the purple and far blue bars, 65% of them agreed, or strongly agreed, that they have these options, that they have access to quality, nutritious lunch every single day, and that they take the opportunity to eat it. They said that they feel energized by what it is that they're consuming. And we can see that their results, their student achievement, is right where it needs to be. In Converse, school right here in Indianapolis Public School System, asked 53 of these students the same exact questions. Let's first look at their academic results. 36.1% passed English on the ECA last year. 44.4% of them passed math on the ECA last year. And their non-waiver graduation rate was only 58.2%. You can see from the far left blue bars and the far right blue bars, which recognize the strongly disagree and the disagree categories for the same exact questions. These students do not feel as if they are being provided nutritious lunch. These students do not feel as if they are being provided a nutritious breakfast. They don't feel like they have the energy to be able to pay attention in class. And this question over here on the right-hand side shows that typically, about half of them don't even eat the lunch at school. What they're doing is they're turning to these vending machines in the gas stations before they come. They're trying to supplement what they eat with hot Cheetos and Arizona iced tea, which are two of the favorite things that I see in my classroom. And once again, they're just trying to fuel their bodies that we at school, which should be providing them the opportunity to have access to these things, we're not doing it. We're not holding our school food service programs to the same expectations that we're holding our teachers, our administrators, and our students. Let's quickly look at 3 locations around our country that are doing something about this epidemic. New York City on the far left-hand side, over a 4-year time frame, they phased out all sugar-laden milks. They took out strawberry milk, which I know is a popular one. They took out vanilla milk. They replaced the high-fat chocolate milk with 1% chocolate milk. Still a great option. And then they also replaced the traditional white milk with skim milk. What they saw is students consuming 9,000 less calories per year just by making this quick little switch. They saw them intaking approximately 3,000 less sugar grams per year. And it also, at the same exact time, they saw a 13% increase in their academic success on the state examinations. Simple example, but that's one step in the positive direction. Maryland, Baltimore Public School System, what they did is they took 40 low-income poverty elementary schools and they served these free and reduced breakfasts in the classroom. So they're eating in an environment of 20 to 25 students with a teacher in the classroom. And what this provided was an intimate setting for teachers to be teachers, for students to be students, and to learn about what it means to live a healthy lifestyle. It allowed the teachers to actually speak to what it means to eat nutritiously and to be able to advocate for themselves when they have an option later on in their life, when they have access to healthy and nutritious fruits and vegetables, to actually consume them. Something that I found across the board in my research is that when students are provided the access and opportunity to eat healthy, they do. What we're failing to do here in Indianapolis is to provide that opportunity. We are not providing options for our students. Last example, Arizona. The Arizona Action Committee for Good Health partnered with the Arizona Department of Education, and what they did is they purchased all of the vending machines in 8 public schools in their highest urban areas. These vending machines were previously owned by vending machine companies who came in, stocked it with candy, chips, and soda, and then they split the profits with the school. This committee purchased those and were able now to be responsible for what goes in those. And they replaced it with 100% juices, water, fruits, fresh fruits, as well as dried fruit. What they noticed was an increase in sales. Overall, for their entire cafeteria program, they noticed an increase in sales once they did that. And if they noticed an increase in sales, we can feel pretty confident that those students were having the access, 1, the opportunity, 2, and they were benefiting from that. So what are my suggestions? Small-scale suggestions for here in Indianapolis that we can do almost immediately if we just start thinking about it. The first one is to replace or supplement our food service staff with somebody who is a trained chef, somebody who has experience creating menus. Because if we have somebody inside of the school who is responsible for creating those menus, we as schools, administrative teams, teachers, even students can hold them accountable to provide us with the nutrition that we need. We can hold them accountable to think creatively and create something that is enticing for us to eat. Because oftentimes when we see those peas on on the tray, they don't look delicious. I love peas, but they look disgusting. Okay? We can hold them accountable, and chefs would know how to make this look enticing to a 6, 7, 8-year-old student or a 19-year-old student that I do. If we put that into place, the second thing we can do is to create and rethink the entire, what we offer, basically. We need to rethink our baked goods. We need to rethink those sugar-filled, high-caloric items that don't provide us the protein and the carbohydrates to provide us the energy. But we can't do that unless we have somebody who's trained inside of the school, making the decisions on the school level. If we do this, what we can do, my third step, is we can offer our students a a la carte system. What this system would do, and there was some research that I looked at a school doing this, what this would do is to provide our students the options of what they eat. If we've already rethought what we're serving them, we're going to feel real confident with whatever it is that they choose to eat. Even if, like myself, who enjoys dairy, if I walked in and I got a milk and a cottage cheese, sure, that's a lot of dairy. But I got the proteins, I got the amino acids that I need. We can feel pretty confident as teachers, as administrators, as parents, if I was one, that our students are being provided with the opportunity to have the energy that they need to be successful. What else is Michael facing? And what are we going to do about it?